right, MP. They can't stop you.
Yeah, they must be putting a lot into tonight's game. Oh, well, we should get some shots out of this game. We should absolutely not at all, not one.
No, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. Best fans we've seen yet. Make sure you disappoint. MP, you're my favorite player, man. Always deliver.
Don't forget about our next sale giveaway day where all the teams will receive a Clutch mascot tote bag. Come to the game, ring the bell, and get a Clutch mascot tote bag. Timberwolves fans, our promotional Timberwolves team culture giveaway is almost here. Come to the game and the first 10,000 fans in attendance will receive a Timberwolves team culture. Congratulations to our Basketball Association and the Minnesota Timberwolves are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to apply the terms such as inheritance, such as fights, career options, use of complicated or history, entry reports, or interrupted hearings. Spectating games and such behavior are subject to rejection and possible notice. Please agree.
Oh, say does that stop?
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Minnesota. They're playing really well, moving up now to the top spot in our rankings.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they are rolling, showing a lot of belief in themselves. The fan base.
Bulls making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Q, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. Early on, Greg, the potential landscape of the NBA very much open-ended.
An early win streak could really boost the team's outlook, kind of define their direction. And so I expect to see them keep the intensity up. So we should be in for a fun one.
And MP tries to bring out his best when he's matched up against any of the league's top teams. You know, he has said it publicly, but he puts a lot of stock in games like this one.
And that's the thing about MP. He loves the challenge. We've already seen how he can raise his game in this kind of a situation. I know he's more than fired up for this contest.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Thompson with the bucket.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Randall surveying the D. Drills it from outside. Randall's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Marshall. Lively sends a screen for Marshall. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Finally, the pass to Randall. 4 seconds left. Bank shot, no good. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Q out there with Irving, and it's Exum in at the 3 spot. To the middle, here's Gafford. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Gafford's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs.
And even though it wasn't a great screen, he found a way to create some space.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. Well, after their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals, the Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt, Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. Pass to Minot. Alexander Walker with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Alexander Walker's got his first 2 points of the night.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Washington sets the pick for Exum. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Timberwolves trail by 7. All right, let's hand it over to David Aldridge, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, guys. I talked to MP before the game, and he said there was a lot of confidence in the locker room. He said, we know this is a tough matchup for us, but we've got a strong game plan. all on the same page and we're ready to execute. This will be a good measuring stick for them, guys.
I would say, David, the perfect measuring stick.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Pass to Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Minot. Exum pulls it in.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Here's Q. Here's Washington. Still without a basket. Off target from three-point range. Alexander Walker finds Edwards. Wide open. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Hugh passes to Gaffney. Now here is Irving. Pulls it from the elbow. And it's Dallas with another.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Timberwolves trail by 12.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Make some noise.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Alexander Walker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Good on both. Here's Thompson. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Pass to McDaniels. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Randall against Davis. 6 to shoot. Randall kicks to McDaniel. From the arc. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Marshall gets the bucket.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's Randall. Mavericks with the rebound. Lively's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint. Out to Thompson. Here's Q, covered by Conley. Pass to Marshall. Lively, a screen on McDaniels.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Dallas Mavericks. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Thanks for joining us. And first off, let's take a look at the players of the week. Looking at the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No surprise to see Giannis take home the award. It's almost a surprise when he doesn't win it.
Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Dallas Mavericks.
Man, this offense is in rhythm right now. They're moving the ball, moving without the ball. Everything looks exactly the way they drew it up.
Yeah. And that is a wrap.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, Minnesota making some changes. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Dallas also making some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. P.J. Washington comes in for Najee Marshall. And it's Q in for Irving. Conley out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Julius Randle. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in at small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Now here's Conley. Defense is right there. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Reid finds Conley. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Q, covered by Conley. Thompson outside. In the corner, it's Gafford. Thompson surveying the floor. Another three for Dallas.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Alexander Walker. And the layup's good off the glass. Alexander Walker's got 6.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Pass to Thompson. And here is Washington. Here's Davis. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. 9 points in the game so far.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we'll be right back after this. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
We got some great looks. Defensively, we're getting stops too.
The words of Jason Kidd in that huddle moments ago. Happy with the way his team is performing, hoping they can maintain the momentum they've captured.
Well, I mean, they're working together on both ends of the floor and doing a great job of playing at their pace.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside. That is incredible. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Irving attacking. DiVincenzo with the rebound. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Washington with a screen on Edwards. Exum. Another 3 for Dallas.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
I got yours.
DiVincenzo against Irving. For three, Edwards. They grab their own miss. Pass to Alexander Walker. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, good recognition there from Reed to realize that his best decision was to move the ball.
Dallas has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Washington sets the pick for Exum. Buries it down low.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. It's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
Miller's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Alexander Walker. Pass to Washington. Exum kicks to Dinwiddie. And here is Washington. Here's Q. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And it's Washington missing. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's DiVincenzo. And that one, good. DiVincenzo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Gafford passes to Q. Dinwiddie against DiVincenzo. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And in tight, Dinwiddie's got a good sense of how to be effective. Whether it's with the power or finesse, he can find a way to beat his man.
Pass to Conley. And the shot goes in. That's 10 points for Mike Conley.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Here's Q, defended by DiVincenzo. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Conley against Dinwiddie. Gafford is screen on Conley. Dinwiddie for three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kyrie Irving.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Minnesota with the ball. Outside Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Now here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Martin. Back to Dinwiddie. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care.